highly ethical, classy, dedicated, and an exemplary role model. I am thrilled to introduce our new coach, Lisa Pluto.
Thank you very much.
I'm thrilled to be here, and I've always said that it would take the perfect opportunity, the perfect job for me to leave Drake University, and I found that perfect opportunity here at the University of Iowa.
Big matchup. Taylor Theory going to jump up against Monika Czinano. Czinano and Caitlin Clark with that big 1-2 punch from the perimeter and in the post, and we are underway in the Big Ten Championship. Automatic bid on the line. Both these teams will be in the NCAA tournament. And looking to host Iowa, coming in 25-6 on the season. And take a look at their starting five. Already talked about Caitlin Clark. Kate Martin, sort of the Swiss Army knife, if you will. McKenna Warnock did not play in the first game against Ohio State, as you mentioned, but how was Gabby Marshall yesterday?
Well, and Gabby Marshall has been so impressive. Struggled early in the season, but has caught fire as of late, shooting at 58% from the three in the last 9.
Tied a career high with 7 threes yesterday off the turnover. Monika Czinano able to come up with the rebound for the Hawks, who lead the nation in scoring. So Iowa have turned the ball over in its first 3 possessions. Gabby Marshall is white hot right now.
She sure is, and Lisa Pluto talking about Gabby Marshall all throughout the year, and hey, we needed to get her going, and boy, has she ever gotten going. Speaking of getting going, Taylor Mikesell.
It could be a fun battle between Mikesell and Marshall. Mikesell averaging over 3 threes per game. That is first in the Big Ten. It rims out for Caitlin Clark. Clark had 22 against Maryland yesterday, but was rather quiet in the second half. Most of her points coming from the line, and that's when the rest of her teammates really galvanized and won that game.
Yeah, it really was, and this is an Iowa Hawkeye team that every defense is going to focus on Clark and Czinano. So when multiple players can knock down shots from the perimeter, as they're capable of doing, they are so tough to stop.
Mikesell, that's a long 2 for her. Ohio State, her 3rd school.
You see Ohio State fronting Monika Czinano inside, trying to not allow her to get a touch.
Walker drawing that matchup. Clark to Warnock, who turned around and found herself unguarded. Instead of taking the jump shot, she decided to drive. Warnock did miss the game when they played during the regular season. Harris, nothing doing. Chased down by Warnock. Both teams had double byes, so they didn't play until Friday, but still their 3rd game in as many days. Clark backs up and hits nothing but net.
3rd game in as many days, and Ohio State had to expend a lot of energy in their second half comeback against Indiana. They played 94 feet that entire second half, so how much will they have in the tank?
Iowa fans outnumbering Ohio State by a large margin, and Taylor Theory with the shot.
And Pam, that used to be the game plan, right? To make Taylor Theory shoot the basketball, because she was not a very good three-point shooter, only 1 of 5 a year ago. But she's now shooting at 38%. You have to respect it as Caitlin Clark goes to work.
She and Czinano have just an incredible bond on the court. Czinano has great hands. Clark bit on the fake from Theory, and a jump ball as Warnock got her hands in there. First time out, Iowa with a 3-point lead.
Caitlin Clark's got 5 early points. You cannot give her that much space on the step back.
And Caitlin Clark just add another line to her resume. .500 career points now for Caitlin Clark.
She's 2nd in career scoring in Iowa already. I mean, that's incredible.
She's in her 3rd year.
She's in her 3rd year.
Megan Gustafson?
Yes, Megan Gustafson. Who is one of the great scorers in Iowa women's basketball history.
Caitlin Clark scores or assists on 53% of Iowa's offensive production, second in the country, only to McKenna Hofschild out of Colorado State. I mean, that's just a phenomenal percentage of production that she brings to the table for the Hawkeyes.
They're absolutely a totally different team, and she's on the floor. Czinano with her second basket.
But she is a great passer. I mean, there are a lot of really good scorers that we've seen throughout the country in women's basketball, but not very many who do both at an elite level, and she is one of them.
Caitlin Clark is averaging over 8 assists per game. To go along with 27 points, 7.5 rebounds, and she does also a great job of getting to the free throw line.
That's where she's improved the most, in how she finishes off of 2 feet at the rim. Early in her career, she was trying to take the contact, shoot it off of 1 foot, fall out of bounds, get the foul, not finish the and one.
Taylor Theory with her first personal foul, and Caitlin Clark getting to the free throw line.
When you're a tough matchup like Caitlin Clark is, you find ways to get to the foul line, and now she's getting and ones.
She's an excellent free throw shooter as well. Can rebound the ball. She's got good speed too. Gets down there quickly, a falter in the game. Clark tried to get it into Czinano, it was kicked. Galashikova in the game for Ohio State, had been starting, now coming off the bench for Coach McGuff, gets some size. Clark yelling to the crowd. She knows how to play to the people.
You think?
A little bit.
She feeds off of these Hawkeye fans.
But she is an emotional player. Her team up 20-7. It is a 14-0 run. Harris, nope, good rebound by Theory. Second chance, nothing doing.
Buckeyes are getting a lot of opportunities around the rim that they're not able to convert on.
Also did not take advantage of those 4 early turnovers by Iowa. Didn't score on any of them. And now J.C. Sheldon, number 4, into the game.
Can score the basketball, but she sets the tone on D. You'll see them full court press most of the time when she's out there. She changes the pace of the game.
And right there, a steal.
And look, you can't press if you don't score the basketball. So dead ball, perfect opportunity for the Buckeyes.
Give it right back. Clark looking, had that look in her eye, like she was gonna put up another shot. That's a great pass by a falter into Czinano. Davis, number 1 in for Iowa, transferred from Central Michigan. Theory finally, and now in front of Czinano. Gabby Marshall gets bottled up, got rid of it before she took steps. Falter took some contact from Mikesell. Falter at the free throw line, sophomore from Chicago. Harris decides to drive on Clark, who's become a better defensive player this year. Shot clock is dying. And nope, shot clock off now for the Hawks.
If I'm Taylor Theory, I'm forcing Caitlin Clark back into the help right here.
Oh, fantastic! Found Stokey to close out about as good a first quarter as you could want. Iowa shot 83%. And whenever you talk to coaches about how they'll defend, they talk about that. Make it hard on her, but obviously that's the game plan, and hardly anybody's ever done that.
Well, look, and the way that you make it hard on her, and she's seen it all year long, is physicality. It's closing up the gap. You cannot give her any space because she's going to make you pay. And Pam, look, all season long, it's like, who do we compare her to, right? Because we've never seen a women's basketball player like Caitlin Clark. And, it's Steph Curry on the men's side as Taylor gets.
Stokey fouled Theory, who's 7 of Ohio State's 11 points. Ohio State held to single digits in the first quarter for only the 3rd time this year. They trail 26-9. Stokey again. Count it.
She makes you pay.
Mikesell missed her or let her go just for a second.
Huddle. Kevin McGuff said, hey, we have to get stops. And I know Iowa is shooting the leather off the basketball right now, but they have to get the stops to play at the pace they want. He said, we need fast break points. And defensively, we have to get help side if we're going to lob. And we also have to get ball pressure on the passer so that lob doesn't come in easily in the paint.
Now some concern. Sydney Falter felt very hard on her back. Foul on Ricky Harris. Hawkeye fans appreciating Stokey and Falter for their efforts. Clark again. Just needs maybe a foot.
You cannot go under a screen on Caitlin Clark. You've got to chase her, force her into a curl, force her into multiple people.
About 290 miles north of Carver Hawkeye here at Target Center. It's about a 4.5-hour drive, and so many people have made the drive. And so far, they're loving what they're seeing in this Big Ten championship.
As you can hear, after Monika Czinano knocked that shot in, all the Iowa fans are packed thick in here. Matter of fact, Lisa Bluter, the head coach for Iowa, she said, it's like Carver North in this building in Minneapolis, and it most certainly has been like that for the Iowa Hawkeye team. And she said, we just respect them for committing themselves to supporting our team.
They've been great fans all season, Steph. Right over 8,000 season tickets sold down there.
I mean, it's a fun team to watch. You know, certainly there's a limited opportunity to watch like potentially one of the best players to ever play the game as Monika Czinano gets another two. In a really smart, good, offensive executing team. Recognize the mismatch, deliver it in a timely manner.
And that was one of the things that Lisa Bluter wanted to perfect today, was getting that lob in. Conversely, Kevin McGuff talked about stopping it, and Iowa has been executing it, but it helps when Caitlin Clark is doing the passing and the shooting. Czinano with the rebound, a falter back in the game. Dribbles out of trouble and then got fouled by Theory. Very difficult task against an Iowa team that is, they're shooting less than 80% now, down to 79. Another terrific pass. Clark to Czinano.
And that wasn't an easy one to handle. Monika Czinano.
By far, most of the people in this building are on their feet now. Harris can't quiet him down.
Ohio State just chucking long-range shot after long-range shot.
Stokey comes in, giving Czinano another rest. Monika goes out with 12 points and 5 rebounds.
The last time these two teams met, Clark and Czinano combined for 50.
9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and then San Francisco Gonzaga follows that on ESPN2.
Ohio State's going to have to find a way to get something going to the rim. It's probably not going to happen on the first side of the floor. Got to get it moving back and forth. Cody McMahon, so good going downhill. Hadn't gotten a lot of touches where she comes off of those handoffs and is able to turn the corner.
Bristow draws the foul on Stokey. You have to think twice about it. You rest her, you get O'Grady in, who usually doesn't get a lot of minutes.
If you're Lisa Bluter, you certainly, we've seen throughout the course of the season, they're down by double digits and find ways to turn it around. But this is an experienced Iowa Hawkeye team.
With 6 field goals in this game. O'Grady, who just came in.
They want to make the Buckeyes pay, and so far they've done that.
Clark and Warnock are the only starters in for Iowa. There's a little friendly fire right there as Warnock ran into a falter. Going to break the press. Clark, 2-on-1, gives it to a falter. Ohio State thought that was a clean block by Bristow. Walter gets them both. Clark doing damage against Ohio State.
I mean, look at those numbers. That's just incredible. Outscoring them, out-assisting them. In the half court right now, they're struggling shooting the basketball. Not giving opportunities to break them down and get high percentage looks.
Clark streaks down the floor and draws another foul. The Knicks, who beat Boston back on Monday, begins at 7:30 Eastern. Caitlin Clark gets a rest. Played every minute of the regular season game in Columbus. First Big Ten freshman of the year for Ohio State since Kelsey Mitchell in 2015. Second team All Big Ten performer this year, such a bright future. And now remember, Caitlin Clark's not on the floor. Such a valuable player on the all-defensive team, sits down with 3 fouls. Molly Davis at the free throw line. Played her first 3 years at Central Michigan. Her 29th game this year with at least 20. Mikesell. From West Des Moines, Iowa. 22 yesterday, the entire game against Maryland, already 21, and we're not even in the break. Came back this year, used her COVID year, her extra year of eligibility, wanted another opportunity to play with Clark. Mikesell, player that can light it up when she gets going. Most threes in the Big Ten this year. Clark directing Czinano, and they told her to go after the screen. Another board for Czinano, who is working on a double-double. One-point lead in a championship game. Clark cleans up her own miss. We still have 2 minutes to go in this half, and Ohio State's already given up the most points they have in any half of the season. 2-on-1. Marshall decides to put it up herself. Clark gets the rebound. And then another assist. Gets it into Kate Martin.
You gotta play her ability to score, but she's such a heady player.
A minute to go in the first half.
Caitlin Clark tells Monika Czinano to go to the rim. She sees how the defense is playing her. And then coming down and going at the rim in transition, right there for the offensive rebound putback.
Would have been an ambitious pass from Martin to try to lob it into Czinano, and they have a nice little giggle about it.
Number 22, Gabby Walker, in for Ohio State.
Monika back in her home state. She's from Watertown, Minnesota.
Does this move the needle for the Hawkeyes if they can sustain this or even expand on it?
It's moved it for me.
Margin of victory is certainly a key component, and there's Caitlin Clark finding Kate Martin, who's going to compete for a regular season title in the Big Ten, an opportunity to get the tournament championship back-to-back years.
Walker, nope. Martin corrals it, and now Clark. And her teammates can close out a remarkable first half. Need a shot. Clark couldn't get it off in time. Iowa scored 61 points. They shot 72%. Iowa going for its second straight Big Ten championship, and she said it at the end of shoot-around this morning. Don't be afraid of the space between your dream and reality. And the space between dream and reality right now is maybe a couple of millimeters with this huge lead. Now, Ohio State did come back yesterday against top seed Indiana, down 24, making shots and putting the press on. but they didn't make a lot of shots in the first half.
Took a lot of long jump shots, quick in the shot clock, not a lot of ball reversals. I like the first play they came out with, getting Cody McMahon, getting downhill. A lot of players in foul trouble. Taylor Mikesell picked up her third. Taylor Theory has 3. Heaven Bristow has 3.
Ohio State taking out top seed Indiana yesterday. Chance for a three-point play for Cody McMahon. Cody McMahon.
And I like that adjustment by Iowa, having Caitlin Clark take the ball out of bounds. She uses the baseline, makes good decisions.
Lacey Sheldon getting the start here in the second half after coming off the bench to begin the game. Good pass inside. Ohio State. Theory does get the three-point play. Shifting of what we saw in the first half. Warnock able somehow to regather and score. That was one of the concerns for Kevin McGuff, was the post defense. Mikesell can heat it up. Iowa plus 12 in rebounding in this game, and Caitlin Clark knocks down yet another 3.
You cannot be sitting inside the three-point line when Caitlin Clark is bringing the ball down the floor. Every highlight you see across the country is the logo 3. You got to get up there and put some pressure on her.
Stokey, no call after she got bumped by McMahon.
Every scouting report talks about picking up Caitlin Clark before she crosses half court. And the Buckeyes, everybody inside the three-point line. Taylor Theory, fortunate she didn't get called for a foul right there.
Has that look in her eye, and she knows that she's going to go ahead and shoot it.
And there are some of those that you just have to live with your Lisa Bruder.
So right now, just 2 starters on the floor for Coach Kaluter. Iowa up 70-37. Most days, certainly today.
Luka Garza in the house, supporting the Hawks.
Clark back in the game. Following the timeout, got a couple of minutes rest. Mikesell, see, they can do this though. They can shoot their way. 24 yesterday against Indiana, another turnover. Clark stuck her hand in.
Luka Garza, he is a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA. They played at Sacramento last night. He just landed about an hour and a half ago and said, I had to rush over to the arena because I wanted to see my Hawkeyes play, and I asked him, what is it like to have it feel like Carver North here? And he said it's amazing to see a player like Caitlin Clark, who has sustained her efficiency over the course of time, has been amazing. He said he was in between Megan Gunnarsson as player of the year on the women's team and Caitlin Clark, and he said he's taken so much from both of them in terms of their dogged work ethic.
Now on the bench, she has not scored in this game. San Francisco Gonzaga on ESPN2, both available on the ESPN app. Mikesell, just a little bit too strong. There's a rebound for Clark. Her first of the second half. Molly Davis! And now Clark officially has a double-double, her 10th assist, to go along with 26 points. Theory patiently waited and then got fouled.
I mean, this pass is delivered on the money. Molly Davis stretches out to get it, is able to corral it and finish. I mean, what a tough play by Molly Davis. Caitlin Clark saying, get back into play.
Yeah,
we need
go.
John D.
Yeah, Davis listed at 5'7", transferred from Central Michigan. So the all-MAC team there. Gabby Marshall! Her second 3 in as many attempts So she's now made 26 of her last 43. Iowa came back to beat Indiana in the championship game last year. But in this third quarter, Taylor Fury in there with 3 personal fouls. Marshall trying to lob it in to Czinano, but McMahon was there. Marshall then tipped it away. Held ball, possession arrow with Ohio State. First team all Big Ten performer. Fury looked inside. Now they get it back to her. Mikesell with the floater draws a foul. Sitting down with 18 points, just 1 point here in the third quarter. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN and the app. Seattle and Greenville. Kate Martin still 3 rebounds away from what would be her 4th triple-double of the year and her 2nd against Ohio State. And a shoemate with the bucket. Then Caitlin Clark attacks the rim.
And that's one where you let her go. You don't need to get that 4th foul right there.
Mikesell decides for the long-range 3. Also at 24 in the first half of lost to Maryland in College Park earlier this year. Martin hit one from there a moment ago. Now floats it up and in right before the buzzer went off.
Kate Martin was calling for that ball the whole time.
Joining you, Christy Winter-Scott. Iowa actually outscored by 8 points in that third quarter. Trying to nail down their 2nd straight Big Ten championship. Clark a little bit short. Theory. Gabby Marshall, who has been on fire from 3-point range the last 10 games, has hit 60% of them. Caitlin Clark does it again. Gets it into Czinano. In perfect harmony. Shoemate is given. Tied up by McMahon.
Caitlin Clark just does such a good job. She gets the ball, she sees Monika Czinano. She looks like she's going to throw the skip pass, so that keeps Taylor Theory occupied on the backside, outside the paint, because she just looks across the floor.
Marshall, good job to have the baseline covered. Clark, another lob to Czinano, and another 2 points.
So when she releases, she can go get it. So it doesn't leave Cody McMahon any time to get up and get the ball.
Yeah, it's really uncanny how perfect those passes always seem to be. Czinano gets one from Martin this time. Caitlin Clark now with 15 assists. That is 3 off her career high that she set at Penn State last year. Has already matched the 15 assists and 28 points and 2 rebounds away from a triple-double today. Monika Czinano not so bad. Off the scores. How about Monika Czinano?
When you have Caitlin Clark who can deliver the pass to you right where you can just go straight into your shot, it makes a difference.
Clark able to tightrope it by the sideline to keep it in. Looking for Czinano. Automatic.
Well, there's nothing that Cody McMahon can do if she gets behind Monika Czinano. I mean, it's tough enough when you're in front, you're depending upon your help behind you, but when you get buried, this is an Ohio State team in the second half that's playing 5 perimeter players.
Well, Caitlin Clark and her family, they are very, very close. Her dad, Brent, and her mom, Ann, they've been here for the week-long tournament. Also, her brother, Blake and Colin. Now, Blake and her dad, Brent, they are here. But Ann had to go back with her younger son, Colin, who is a senior in high school.
Ruggedly fierce really nails it with Caitlin Clark, who's now just one rebound away from her 4th triple-double of the season. And Caitlin Clark certainly has the dog in her.
Yeah,
teammates love it.
Yeah, teammates love it. You get to take had opponents, no doubt about it. But you know what? To be a great player, you got to have that dog. Certainly, I think that Caitlin Clark's persona, as well as her game, has been good for the game of basketball. There are a lot of eyeballs that are on it.
The hustle continues. That is her 10th rebound. Another triple-double for Caitlin Clark. She faked, but she was going to throw up the shot. Stolke, who is in for Czinano, who is now sitting down with 4 fouls. The recipient of that pass. Man, frustrated that a foul wasn't called. Has trailed big since the beginning of this game.
Oh, look, there's a lot of basketball left to play for Ohio State. They're going to have an opportunity.
Another 30-point triple-double for Caitlin.
But Ohio State's going to have an opportunity to get some time here, get healthy, as Gabby Marshall continues her hot streak.
And they've hit 100, the century mark. A falter pursued by McMahon, who fouled her.
Baseline drive, baseline drip. Gabby Marshall knocks down the 3, and this place erupts.
Caitlin Clark goes out with another incredible line. Her 2nd triple-double of the season against Ohio State. Her 4th of the season, her 10th of her career. And before she left, she was kind of doing a walking victory lap, if you will, and looking at the crowd and yelling, "Let's go," and firing them up. Iowa shooting 66% for the game. They led 26-9 after 1 quarter. 61-24 at the half. One up. Missed everything. McMahon, 3 for 3 from 3-point range. In her last 10 games, over 60% beyond the arc. Her first 22, 24%.
And Pam, we've seen a lot of this Iowa team, and they have their ups and downs, but this is a team that looks like a Final Four caliber.
Indiana, the top seed, was beaten by Ohio State yesterday after coming back from 24 down. Mikesell is a 3-point machine herself.
They lost on the road at Illinois to a really good Illinois team.
This is an anomaly. This is a throwback team. Monika Czinano coming back for her extra year. You already mentioned that Martin and Marshall are going to come back. They only have Molly Davis as a transfer. Kylie Feuerbach is a hurt transfer. But Charlie Cream has them projected as a 3 seed. 30 points, 17 assists, and 10 rebounds.
effort by this team. From the start of the game, they came out, had their foot on the gas, and did not let up.
62% for the game. Now the Iowa fans celebrate along with their team. For the second straight year, the Iowa Hawkeyes win the Big Ten championship.